Hey guys, I'm here reviewing X and Y. About time, right? So Pokemon X is mine, Pokemon Y is my brother's. I've beaten X. I haven't gotten too into the spiel of the after game, but I have been playing it. Austin hasn't beaten the game yet. So, from what I've seen in the game, I'm going to be reviewing story / plot, gameplay, looks, and comparison to the other regions. Now, if you want to see a preference video, I'll probably do that next week. So, starting off, Pokemon X, you start off in kind of a bigger town than the others. Like, I think Black and White 2 may have a bigger town, but this one was obviously like kind of more experimental. Like, you can look around, interact with things. It wasn't as straightforward as all the other games. You also start with, you're supposed to apparently look in the mirror, and that's how you change clothes. I think you leave your house, go on your journey, beat all the gyms, beat the Elite Four, all that good stuff that we've been doing since the Kanto region. Most of the Pokemon, there's not too many new Pokemon in this game. There's only 7 different types of Pokemon. Now, they've done what Black and White 2 did, and they took all the previous Pokemon and put them into one game. Except for, obviously, version exclusives, legendaries, and Mega Evolutions. Speaking of Mega Evolutions, I loved them in this game. They did more than just the starters, which I thought were just going to be the starters. They actually did more. And they did a good variety from each. So it wasn't like there was 30 from Kanto, 1 from Hoenn, 27 from Johto, and like 2 from the other regions. Now, most of the Pokemon that did evolve, yes, were from the Kanto region. That's only because you had the 3 starters and other guys. But the Pokemon in the Kanto region were also in the Johto region for the most part. So it's kind of a mix between the two. They kind of split it in half. Now, the Pokemon that Mega Evolve that are well known are obviously Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur. Now, Charizard has 2 forms. So do, I think, 2 other Pokemon. No, 1 other Pokemon. Charizard can evolve into the X form, which if you have Pokemon X, you can evolve it into a shiny form, which is black and blue. And it shoots blue flames instead of fire, like orangish flames, and it's kind of cool. Now, and also the design is a little bit different. There we go. Just had to figure that. Now, Pokemon Y's Charizard, which Austin actually used in his game, I actually used Blastoise, so I don't know about the version exclusives yet for X. Well, not Blastoise, but whatever. Charizard in that game has an ability called Drought, which instead of actually, I'm gonna focus on features real quick, and I'll get back to the Drought thing. For the most part, Charizard just kind of changes a little bit, keeps his same shape for the most part, keeps his same coloring, etc. Now, his ability called Drought, you do not get this in Pokemon X with the Charizardite in X's version. Instead, you get the Wyonite, or Charizardite Y, which gives you the Drought ability when you change, basically making it so the sun comes out, all fire type attacks are boosted, and also Solar Beam can attack with 1 hit instead of having to charge. Whew. Try saying that a lot. So, all the other Pokemon that Mega Evolves that's different is the only legendary that Mega Evolves, and that's Mewtwo. Now, Mewtwo has 2 forms. It evolves into a Mew / Mew. It switches into a Mewtwo-ish form where it shrinks down to about Mew's size, but keeps the shape as Mewtwo, and has the tail basically on its head back. Like, it kind of has the tail going backwards, and it also still has the tail. It's kind of like has another tail coming out of its head going backwards like a comb. Like weird people do with their gums. So that's the other guy. I know that other Pokemon that Mega Evolve are Gardevoir, Gengar, Tyranitar, Aggron, Gyarados, if I didn't say that already, Heracross, Parasect, no, not Parasect, Pinsir, and I think, oh yeah, Scyther, no, not Scyther, Scizor, sorry, and I think that's it for Mega Evolutions. If there's more, leave them down in the comments. Now, gameplay. This looks, visuals. This game looks amazing. Blows out all the other games out of the water with looks. Now, obviously this game has an advantage being the only game that was made strictly for 3DS. But Black and White 2 did have the advantage. Well, yeah, Black and White 2 did have the advantage of being able to be played on a 3DS, but still had the DS graphics. So this game was just so much different looking, such a different feel. It was just amazing. Now the new thing you can do in this game is you can ride Pokemon. Now in the trailer they made it look like you can just take out one of your Pokemon and randomly ride it. Well, that's wrong. You actually, in certain parts of the game, encounter Pokemon that you can ride and use them to jump over certain ledges, break rocks, or break snowbanks. Obviously, if you've beaten the game, you know about the snowbanks. So, for the most part, you have the same thing of 8 gyms. Now, the Elite Four is different with typing. They don't do the normal types that you've normally seen in the past games. Obviously, you've seen Dragon and Steel before, but Fire has only been used once in the Sinnoh region, and Water has only been used once, I think, in the Hoenn region. So those are 2 types they brought back. Sorry. And, now, on to the legendary Pokemon. The legendaries, Exernus and Yvantal, I think that's how you say it. I don't know, I couldn't pronounce its name. It's a little more Japanese than English. So, Yvantal is a dark and flying type. No, dark and dragon type, sorry. Which means it's weak to Exernus, which is the brand new fairy type. So, obviously, Exernus has a little more of an advantage. Also, Exernus has 2 forms, active mode and I don't know, I think it's like retreated form or something, stable form, where, see how right here it has coloring on its antlers. Well, when it's in retracted mode, I'm just going to call it retracted mode, when it's in retracted mode, they're all blue, it just stays blue. But when it's in active mode, they change colors. Yvantal does not have this ability. Yvantal stays the same for the whole time. Now in the game, there's the there's the bosses like Team Rocket, Team Magma, Team Aqua. Not them, but it's Team Flare. Now Team Flare, I'm not gonna lie, I love these guys. They have a motive. They have stuff they want to do and they want to get done. They want to blow up the world. They want to get things done. They want to make everything that all the past guys have not been able to do. Although they didn't get as close as Ghetsis from Black and White and Black and White 2, but they did get pretty close. They did. Now your character does manage to stop all the schemes. Spoiler alert. Too late, I already spoiled it. So you do get out of there, everything's said and done. Now you're still able to encounter Team Flare in certain areas of the game. You don't actually fight them, but you talk to them and certain things like that. So, moving on to the rivals. The rivals were great in this game. you have 4 of them. No, wait. Yeah, you have 4 of them. I almost just counted my own guy. So there's Trevor, Travis, Serena, and I forgot the last one's name. I'll probably put it somewhere in the screen. Now, Serena is your biggest, like, it was like, in black and white, it was like the guy, not Bianca, but the guy that wasn't your character. He was the serious, you had to be afraid of her character. She had your opposite starter, which meant she had strengths against you, for the most part. Now, building up your team around your starter, you obviously should have no problem. If you're one of those people who uses your starter and 2 other guys, you could have some problems with her, because they did give these rivals a good boost in power and actual strengths. Now, Travis uses a Crawdaunt for his big main guy. He does not get a starter. Same with Trevor. Trevor gets a Raichu as his best guy. Now, the other girl, whose name I do not remember, whose annotation will be somewhere up here, I think. She has the guy weak to you. She's like Bianca. So she chooses the guy that's weak to yours. So you don't fight her as much because you don't have advantage. So for the game, I think overall I rate it a 7 out of 10. It's a really good game. Like, for me personally, I just spaced that on statistics. A 7 is good for it's a good game. Now, in my mind, I love the game. It deserves a 10 out of 10 in my heart. But realistically, looking at the facts, this is really just a 7 out of 10 game. Not everyone will love it. I just love it because I've played all the games, beaten all the games, and now, since this might be the last Pokemon games produced in America, this might be my favorite game. They've blown it out of the water. They've totally beat their expectations. Next Saturday, I'll probably be explaining going more into detail about these games. You might even see some battles between me and my brother. I will repeat right now, they will not have commentary. I will put the card in my DS, which I already can do. I will put the card in the DS, I will record the battle, and I will put it on the channel. There is no possible way I can add commentary into that unless I voiced it over, which again, I don't have the equipment for, which I wish I did, so I can do it. So, most of the battles will be from my point of view. Might be awesome sometimes. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you loved the new setup. Hope you loved the new way. See you guys next time. See you guys next Saturday.